Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour for April 14th, 2018. My name is Yoshi. This is a podcast about Japanese idols brought to you by Schook Kaidan.com, and I'm joined as always by Charlie Draco Kaidan. What up?
Yep. Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
The typical.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. I drank a Red Bull, so I am good to
You're
go.
you're a little wired.
I am ready. It's like what Red Bull's like equal to like 2 cups of coffee or something like that.
You have wings.
Yep, I have wings, but I can't fly, so I must fly on the show. Which means that I'm going to say some irresponsible things and make people on YouTube dislike our videos. So I apologize ahead for that.
Did we get some hate comments?
No, not hate comments, but people dislike everything. So
That's true.
the ratio is not so hot. I will say that. So thanks, people on YouTube disliking our videos. Appreciate that. So yeah, let's get into this week's releases. First up, Juice. Juice equals juice, a mathematical formula formed by Tsunku here. Song's called Vivid Midnight.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could equal Jello.
Juice equaling juice equals Jello.
Yeah. Or just juice equals Jello.
Okay, yeah. Well, they need to change their name then. This is
uh,
it's mathematically incorrect.
it's juicy, at least according to the background.
D- does it say juicy?
No, it says juice.
It just says juice, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
I
spell it out.
think it's it's a pretty decent song. It's probably the best song on the single.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's got that kind of jazzy feel to it. So I'm not hot on the horn sample they used.
You like that part where it goes that part?
No.
That is like the most Tsunku sound I've ever heard in my life, but this isn't written by Tsunku, so this
It's
person was like, "Oh, I love Tsunku so much, I have to insert him into this."
it's actually like I think worse than Senku. It's I don't know. It sounds very. I don't know. It sounds very just muddy and not very clean sounding. You could definitely tell it's a sample and not an actual
Yeah, of course. Nothing in real life actually sounds like that.
horn of any sort.
No, it does. That horn does not exist. It is straight out of a keyboard. So
Yeah, and it's not a very good one.
no, I don't. I never liked that sound, and I'm almost 100% sure Tsinku has used that sound in the past couple years at some point. I know he hasn't written as much as he used to, but I'm pretty sure Tsinku has used that sample somewhere in the past, I would say 5 years or so. I vaguely recall that sound being used by Tsinku. I just can't remember what song it was.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds very mechanical, almost like a machine buzzer or something. It's just
It's just
yeah,
a cheap sounding sample. That's
yeah. It's just not good.
yeah. It's aggressively placed quite often.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good upbeat song though.
Yeah, I think it's catchy.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
definitely.
not in love with it though. That's my issue.
Yeah, I don't like the way they say vivid. It just I don't know. It sounds weird and very hard to understand.
Hmm.
There's like once that they say it in their like three parts that they say it in or whatever it is, the three repeating parts that you can actually understand what they're saying,
Yeah.
and it just yeah, it's It's a Juice Juice song. I'll say that much for it. It's very Juice Juice, but it's not. It's not one of their better ones, or
No,
not one of their best ones anyway.
definitely not. It's just that this is the best one off of the single.
Yeah.
Just because the other two were not great. Sexy Sexy and Night de Muillo, I think. Night de Muillo we talked about 2 weeks ago. It's like a straightforward ballad. Sexy Sexy is a very... It's okay. Sexy Sexy is okay, actually. But I think this one's a little bit better.
Yeah, but Sexy Sexy is just okay. It's not really catchy or anything. It's just, yeah. Where this one's actually got at least a little bit of a hook to it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the PV for a second. You know, your typical straightforward one set kind of PV. And I think what you mentioned earlier that there's juice in the background, like spelled out, and with random shapes and patterns and colors. Yeah,
it's a rainbow.
Yeah, the set itself
in
is
pastel.
pretty nice. Yeah, I think it's more interesting than white balls.
Yeah,
because that was Night de Muillo, right? It was just white balls.
Did they even have that?
Yeah, it was literally white balls.
Oh yeah, the big light balls.
Yeah, and then it's just black curtains in the back. So this is way better. There's more effort, I think. And they also do this thing where there's color background for not the dance shot, but like solo member shot and like a close-up of the performance shot has some sort of CGing going on where it's like just colors and waves and stuff flowing in the background.
Kind of looks like an audio spectrograph.
Right. It's just what is it when you do like a music player that does the ambient?
Yeah, that's a spectrograph.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. It looks like something you just play along with, like music, and
yeah,
it makes sense with the PV, I think.
It's those visual audio waveforms.
Yeah.
That Winamp has in it.
Yep. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cohesive PV. There's not much intrigue. There's like scenes where one of the members is drinking a foaming or steaming cup, which doesn't look safe. It looks more like a science experiment gone wrong with a straw in it.
Little dry eyes thrown in there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And, that's about as much intrigue there is in this PV. So it's kind of plain, but I think the colors are pretty vibrant and nice and in your face.
Yeah.
So
the outfits aren't terrible either. They're actually pretty decent outfits for Hello Project.
I don't know if I'm a fan. It's like,
well, I'm not saying I'm a fan, but they're pretty decent for Hello Project.
I mean, I've there's definitely been worse, but yeah, this is kind of.
They're pretty simple. I mean, it's just a skirt with like a secondary wrap or something on it.
Yeah, they look like cheerleaders, but like not like the classic American cheerleaders kind of look. It's more like modified cheerleaders kind of look.
It's like cheerleaders at a golf tournament.
Sure.
They got that kind of polo shirt going on thing.
I don't know if you can have cheerleaders in a golf tournament, especially considering they want silence all the time. But sure, yeah. They look like they look like tennis players. Some of them have like those stripes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That probably fits better.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this?
No.
All right. You want to rate it?
I would probably put this. I'd shelf the PV. Yeah, I think I'd put the song on a playlist. I can see myself listening to this.
I would probably shelf both. I think this is as interesting as a one set PV is going to be. It's got a pretty good set behind it. but not much intrigue there. So kind of lacking, that punch. But it looks good. It's really colorful, so it's pretty fun to watch, but not something I need to watch all the time. Song I will shelf as well. I think it's pretty catchy, but yeah, that sample is kind of a turn off, and I'm not into it. It's just aggressively corny for me. So that's Juice Juice Vivid Midnight. Next up, Equal Love. Teokure Caution. Oh boy.
So, what does Tokure? Is that what it is?
Teokure means too late. It's a warning or a caution you receive that is too late.
Okay.
Not that it is explained in this drama PV, but
No. Now, this is Sashi, right?
yeah, this is the Sashi produced voice actress idol group.
With Yoani in this case.
Yeah, Yoani voice anime school. It's not just for voice acting, but yeah, it's the voice actress part of the Yoani animation school.
Yeah. This one, which do we want to talk about first?
I think the PV. I think the PV is way more interesting.
Yeah. This one took a turn real quick.
This, you from the start, right? It's gonna be a little dark, but then boom, it goes even darker.
But then it turns into like somebody's gonna die,
Yeah,
or somebody did die.
yeah,
and I think they kind of goofed up on whoever they picked for the teacher. She just looks way too young to be a teacher.
Right. I couldn't tell if that was a member or if that was just some random actress they casted, but
I don't know, but I think they would have been better off with like Sashi putting herself in as the teacher.
Yeah, that would be great, actually. Yeah,
at least then you know she's not necessarily one of the members.
Yeah. So,
but
boy, it starts off with it's like high school seishun.
Graduation.
It hints at like some romances between the members. So it's like, okay, this is, kind of like a Yuri themed PV. And then it goes like the music hits and then like the group photo that they were taking turns all
real
gray.
Dark.
Yeah.
And they're like, all spread out instead of all together.
It's
so it's like
definitely dramatic. Yeah.
There's some like drama going on. These girls are not as close as they make you want to believe.
Right. I think this is the tale of, everything's not what it seems like. Where, when they were getting together for the group photo or whatever, they're all like smiles and everything, they're like, like how classmates would interact with each other. Then boom, when that hits, everyone just hates each other basically.
Yo.
And there's like, I don't know, 3 storylines going on where
I don't know.
It's hard to follow. One, mainly for me, I think, is because I'm not familiar with the members, so I can't follow the storyline with the members because I don't know their names or faces at all. So I'm just piecing this together as it shows up. And there's some sort of Yuri romance between 2 members, and it's like a triangle relationship,
Yeah, I think there's like more than one relationship going on here.
Right. That's why I can't tell because I don't know the names of or faces of the members. I can't tell if it's the same romance or not, unless I watch this 20 more times, which I don't really want to. So, the way I'm piecing this together is there's a student who's in love with the teacher. I think the male teacher is marrying the female teacher in the beginning. Or they're together or something. And then that member's like, oh, I'm in love with the teacher, but I can't be with him, and then sadness, crying. And then there's the love triangle with 2 of the members. One of them's short hair. I think she's the center girl. And she grabs the girl she's in love with, to the rooftop, tries to kiss her. But then the third girl shows up, pulls them apart. And then the 2 members go down into the rain into the schoolyard and they kiss, and the short hair girl screams, And yeah, that's all I've gotten from watching this about 4 times.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I got from it too. Yeah, it's very convoluted and just really. There's also like one of them's taking pictures of somebody else. So
Right.
there's
I
like
think
some.
that's the one where they confirm the teachers being together romantically, right? And then the student that's in love with the teacher sees the picture because her friend sent it to her, and she starts crying in the middle of the road because, oh my god, the teacher I'm in love with is dating the teacher, the other teacher or whatever. I think
And then
that's what happens.
she throws the phone through the office window
Right.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the glass breaking is, but yeah,
Well,
so
it looks like she threw her cell phone through the window, and because it shows a shot of the cell phone lying on the floor with glass around it,
right.
and her staring through it.
Oh, right. So
Um,
it's a really depressing PV. It doesn't end on a high note at all.
no, no, this is very. It's very like I want to say touching on subjects that are not necessarily specifically welcome in mainstream Japan.
Right. I think this is
I
somewhere in between like Partition Love and SKE did a PV about 3 years ago. I think it was called Sekai wa Naiterunda or something along those lines, where there was like syringes and there was like a drug that's like being passed around in the class, and it had a very similar start to this, where it was a group photo of the classroom, right? And it shows the students like all happy and sitting together, not happy, but like they're proper and stuff. And then it cuts to another picture where the members look just like horribly depressed and like psychotic because they're taking these drugs and they're all in love with the teacher or something like that. Do you remember that? It was like the one where Churi has a pill on her tongue in like prison, and Matsuren is also in a prison and being like interrogated or something like that.
don't remember that.
You don't
one.
remember that? Okay, man.
I remember one where was it SKE or HKT? They did the whole school thing with like the ghost aspect to it. But that was like last year or the year before, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the song's called Sekai ga Naiteru Nara. Yeah. I remember this PV. So that's what it reminded me of. But not as crazy. I think I enjoyed that one a little bit more as a PV.
yeah.
That's why it stuck with me, this far. It's been already a couple of years, but I still remember that PV very vividly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a drama PV that's done okay. I think it's not like those 10 minutes, 6 minutes of acting kind of drama PVs, so I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Well, it is almost 6 minutes long, but
Yeah, but it's not 10 minutes.
yeah,
It's not Maneki Catcha.
it's not 4 minutes of drama and then 4 minutes of song and then another 2.5 minutes of drama, and you still don't know what's going on, and there's no conclusion to the story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's okay.
This
As a PV,
one,
think.
I think, still has too many storylines, and it's a little too convoluted. But
Yeah, I think it cuts too often. It needed to stay with each story a little bit longer, so we had an idea. It just jumped way too much for me to stay focused and understand. Really,
yeah,
like I shouldn't have to rewatch this PV multiple times to understand it.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
So,
So,
the song, it sounds like a AKS kind of emo AKS kind of song. It's not rock or anything. It's just a typical.
kind of watching this in the song, it gives me a kind of Keyakizaka feel. I could see them doing well. Keyakizaka has kind of done a song like this with the what was the one with the truck that she was dancing on top of.
Mm,
It was what their first single, second single,
which one?
Keyakizaka. The
First
one
one.
with they're in the parking lot and she's like dancing on top of a truck or something to that effect.
I don't remember. I'm not an expert on Keyakizaka, unfortunately. I
It
think I've
was
seen like each Keyakizaka PV like twice,
It was like the
3
one
times.
Keyakizaka song that wasn't bad.
I mean, I like 3 of their songs, so singles. So I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. It's probably the one I don't really care for.
Yeah, it's at night, and the short-haired girl's the center.
Is it the one where they're wearing suits?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Kazuha Fukaretemo?
But yeah, it kind of gives me that kind of feel from the song and the dance shots, mostly for the PV.
I think that PV's dance shots are way better.
Oh yeah, no.
This is
dancing-
too erratic and
Yeah.
unstable.
Yeah, but with the short-haired girl being the center and I don't know, it just kind of gives me that vibe.
I mean, this song definitely feels more, Nogizaka or Keyakizaka. But it's way more aggressive than their music, I think, so...
Well, that's why I was thinking of that one, because that one was more aggressive than
Yeah.
their other stuff.
Yeah, but that song was very poppy and
Yeah.
not sad sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I will agree with.
The song's not... Yeah, it's not really hooking me. I don't think it's a bad song, but I'm not really hooked by it.
No, I don't like the darker feel this song has.
I think the song also reminds me of that SKE song, and I think that SKE song is better. So...
Do you have to link me that song, because I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. It's got to be on YouTube. So...
No. She's not. That's 22/7. Or whatever the group name is. That Sally, that Sally's in. I believe.
All right, anything
Yeah.
else?
No. I'd probably dump the PV just because it's so convoluted and the storylines just don't. They're not well presented. They mesh well, but they're not well presented to being able to comprehend what is going on.
Yeah.
So I'd probably dump the PV. It's also a drama PV, which is just almost an automatic hit against it. The song I would shelf this song. It's okay, but yeah, I don't like the darker feel to it. I don't need the added depressed feel that it has to it.
Yeah, I agree with you for the most part. I think it's not my kind of thing. Like you said, it's a little darker. I think the comparisons I made are pretty accurate. I'm watching the SKE PV right now. Song-wise and PV-wise, it's very similar in atmosphere and concept. So, yeah, I think this is way better.
I do remember this one.
I love the interrogation scenes. It's great. It's fantastic, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this song.
It's great. And then the teacher's like all passed out because he probably got drugged or whatever, and the students are posing in a picture with him. It's fantastic.
Oh man, but Matsuya Reita's there.
Yeah, I told you it's 3 years ago. It's 2015 February. So
Yeah.
all right, yeah, I'll shelf both song and PV. That's Equal Love, Teokure Caution. Next up, HKT48.
1, 2, 3.
Did you see my tweet?
Yes.
Okay. So the song's called Hayaokuri Calendar. Not Teokure, Hayaokuri. Hayaokuri means fast forward, so I guess they want to fast forward the calendar. So they want the time to fly.
If it gets me out of winter, I'm all for that.
I would hope that you're close to getting out of winter, considering it's basically spring now. It's supposed to be, at least.
It snowed yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
Didn't stick around, but yeah, it snowed.
So yeah, you mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
This
they say 1, 2, 3 in this one,
one,
but
two,
yeah.
three, yeah. But this is the third HKT single that I can name off the top of my head where they say those numbers to start off the song because they have nothing else to do in the intro. One is Ski Ski Skip, so the very first single. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the song starts or whatever. And the other one is Sakura Mina Tabeta, which they basically do the same thing. And I'm sitting here going, when I first heard this, I was like, okay, the note progression of that thing is done way too much and corny and cheesy in the not good way. It's just done way too often in just the corniest way possible. So I thought that was corny, and then they counted down. I'm like, okay, they've done this before. So
So this is a Nako Miku single, so
yeah, double center with Nako and Miku, fantastic. I think this PV's shot really nicely, but there is Japan filter, so the colors aren't as vibrant as they need to be.
yeah.
I think that's the worst part about this PV.
It's very blurred or smoothed a little too much too,
Yeah,
which doesn't help.
yeah. But I really like the locations they used. It's all in Fukuoka, from what I can tell. Link used the same exact performance set. It's just like an outside like resort location, and they go to the Yahoo Dome for the SoftBank baseball team. So they go to a bunch of different locations in Fukuoka. So that's cool. I think I like this PV a lot. I think that song or like the colors are kind of quote unquote coloring my reception of this.
I thought everybody kind of looked, I don't know, a little, or a lot of them looked a little plastic in this PV.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's just, I don't know, especially like Nako and
Miku?
there was no, not Miku. There was one other girl that was.
Oh, that's bias. That's fucking bias, bro.
Looked, I don't know. They just look.
I mean,
plastic
Miku does
surgery.
look great. Yeah, I mean, look at Sakura. Am I right?
Yeah, well, she's one of them too. Yeah.
Just kidding. No, fuck you, man.
No,
Fuck
she
you.
looked
Sakura
very, I don't
is a
know.
goddess. How dare you?
I'm not too happy. It looks like she's going to be a Produce 48.
Whatever. That time will come, and we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
Sakura is fantastic.
I don't know. It just looked, I don't know, plastic surgery. A little plastic, little.
I mean,
And that could just be the filtering on it too.
I would agree that they are extra dolled up. Like they have extra
Yeah.
makeup on. Like Nako
Yeah.
Miko, you look at them and go, "Wow, that's a lot of makeup for 8-year-old girls or however old they are now."
God, they're not though. That's the scary part.
Yeah, that they still look 8 years old. So
Yeah. I have to remember Nako's full name here. Nako's 16, and I think
Miku's probably 16 too. I think they're both the same age.
what's her last name?
Who?
Tanabe.
Oh, Miku? Tanaka.
Tanaka. Wrong.
Yeah,
Miku.
that's a whole different Miku. I mean,
Yeah,
you want to
okay.
talk about Tanabe Miku? I'm good. I'm down for some Tanabe Miku talk. But
Wrong one, but yeah. Yeah, I guess they are the same age. I thought Miku was older, but
yeah, maybe slightly, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they were
Yeah.
about the same. So
Yeah,
the members are in like bright neon colors, and they do the, I guess, like sort of Denpagumi paint splashing, but what they do is like their hands are like paintbrushes, I guess, and they put their
Yeah.
hands over buildings and they color it in the PV. So
kind of
like,
like
pretty neat.
magic type thing.
yeah, it's pretty neat. They're like, oh, let's add color to this world. But there's already color in the world. But
And they do it to like a couple that's all dressed in like black and white or something like that.
yeah, I was thinking maybe like now that you mention it, maybe the entire PV should have been black and white, except for the members. I don't know if that's a thing you can do. I think you can. I think I've seen similar things like that.
Yeah.
And they should have colored the world. It's like, hey, we're gonna make the world bright and colorful because we're HKT. We're smiling.
Except they use like chalk colors, so it's like really pale pastel type colors.
Right. Yeah, it's like the sidewalk chalk. Yeah, for sure.
But it still looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks good. It's a good-looking PV. I think like I said, my biggest issue is that there is a hint of Japan filter, but everything else I love about this PV. It's not overly interesting, but they feature the members really well, and I like seeing the locations and how dynamic it looks because they do like faraway shots of landscaping, like or landscapes, and it just looks big in scale. So I like that.
Yeah. They got extras in there to roll out the carpets for them.
Yeah. Peasants.
I don't know who it is. It looks like some kids, and I don't know who else, but I have no idea who they are.
Some Kankuse members.
I think some of them are a little too young even for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, hey, we're running and things are getting colored and stuff. So, yeah, it's a good PV.
It's a cute PV.
I think they kind of missed the spot with Sakura because they never catch her running.
I mean, no one needs to see her run after what we've seen.
I don't know. Give me a good laugh.
Oh my god, I just realized something. You know how Sakura has a YouTube channel where she's playing like Splatoon?
Oh. No, I didn't know that she did that, but...
Okay, so she's a YouTuber now, by the way. And she plays a lot of Splatoon, and she's really good at it. Or definitely better than me. And this PV is all about coloring the world. Like, shit. There's that tie-in with Splatoon.
Yeah.
God. Missed opportunity.
Jump. Didn't get that corporate backing, man.
Now, like, if I was Sakura, I'd be like, okay, you just explained to me the whole idea of Splatoon. Let's do this. Let's go to Nintendo and be like, let's have like the ultimate tie-in. But
and no. Nintendo would probably look at you and go, no, we don't do YouTube or tie-ins.
I mean, they do tie-ins, but yeah, I think they're really selective.
We don't support like anybody doing anything innovative with our concepts.
Yeah, that is very true. I think one other thing I wanted to mention is that the choreo, I usually don't care for most 48 group choreo, but I thought the choreo was really good in this one. Like really memorable moves that doesn't look recycled as most idol groups usually look.
And not completely cheesy either.
Yeah.
Although there's definitely some cheesy moves in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect like idol dance moves to be like completely original and like not cheesy or corny. I just thought the moves fit the song in the PV, so.
Yeah. I'd have to say this is probably one of, if not the song I like the most that's come out of the recent AKS stuff we've watched.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually like the 48 group.
Mm-hmm. I think I like NMB's Yokubo Mono. It came out, I think, last week or this week. Yeah, it came out this week. I love that song a lot. The song is not quite there for me.
I haven't seen that one yet.
No, it's the one where they're marching and shit and white stuff.
Well, you said it came out this week.
Well, not the PV. The single actually came out. We already talked about it.
Oh, okay.
It's the one they were marching and shit, and then Yamato Sayaka punches the wall, and the wall crumbles. Mm-hmm. I like that one more. But yeah, this song's okay. It's just very standard AKS, so it really doesn't do it for me. It just feels very similar to a lot of HKT's earlier stuff, which is fine if you like HKT. Like, if you like HKT-esque HKT songs, this is great. Yeah. I want a little bit more of a curveball from HKT at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Now, do I want them to do what we just watched previously? No, not really. I don't want them to do depressing shit.
Yeah,
That's not
no.
HKT, but it just comes down to Aki P. So,
Yeah. Yep.
but it's catchy. I definitely think the hook is there. It's catchy. I would definitely listen to it. Just I'm
Okay.
not in love with it.
Yeah, I
Um,
wouldn't say I'm necessarily in love with it, but I think it's probably the song that fits my taste the best out of the stuff I've watched recently.
yeah. I think also the 1, 2, 3 thing kind of kills it for me.
Yeah, they say it in some weird spots.
It's right before the chorus.
I don't. Um.
All right,
Yeah.
anything else?
No.
All right, rate it.
Um. I would probably shelf the PV. It's colorful and it's fairly bright and whatnot, but it's suffers from way too many filters being applied. And yeah, it's just not. It doesn't have the replay value for me. Um, I'd put the song on a playlist though. I'd definitely listen to this one.
I'm definitely going playlist for both. I think the song is just between playlist and shelf for me. I would definitely put it on the playlist, and if it comes on, it comes on. That kind of thing. I don't think I'll seek it out on a playlist. It'll just sit there, and when it plays, I'll listen to it. Whatever. PV. I think this PV is great because for me, what I want in idol PVs or in idol PVs from groups like HKT is like the members like having fun, members looking good, stuff like that. This PV is great at that. It's just that Japan filter like really numbs it down for me. It just kind of kills it, but I enjoy it as a concept. The colors and whatever. The members looking great. They look like they're having fun. The locations, it's all fun and good. So I'll definitely playlist it. This is a PV I'm definitely willing to revisit, mostly because the members look fantastic. So, how shallow of me. So that's HKT48 Hyokuri Calendar. Next up, Supergirls Kira Kira Sunshine.
Can I have some more bleach with my PV, please?
Yes. So speaking of Japan filter, holy shit. My
Oh
God.
my god.
Yeah.
It's not only Japan filtered; it's got that dream filter on it too.
And also the lights that are pointing directly at the camera.
It with white outfits in a white room with white curtains.
Ugh.
Yeah. Can I have some bleach with my PV, please?
It's already bleached. You don't want any more.
Or maybe this is the. Can I have some I like some PV with my bleach.
Yep.
Uh,
I didn't ask for this.
no.
Especially considering after my Oshiman left, my interest in Supergirls is slowly dying, and I'm trying to stay on board, but this does not do it visually.
Yeah, I never got attached to any one member. The only one that I really, I don't know, kind of stood out to me was Ami. And she left, and I barely noticed. So
Yep.
uh,
I mean, you would notice because you wouldn't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
her voice.
I noticed, but it's like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's what's missing. Because she had a very unique voice.
Yes. So yeah, this PV is just Japan filter, Dream filter to hell, and doesn't look great. You can barely. I mean, yeah, you can tell the colors, but Watanabe Kome, her member color is like silver pearl-ish color, gray,
Something like
and
that. Yeah.
it's barely noticeable because of like the filtering. Like all the other members, you can tell it's like red, you're purple, you're blue, whatever, right?
Pink. Yeah.
But Kome is literally like gray silver, and I think Shimura Rika is white or off white of some kind. So she's literally just white.
Yeah. it would have been better if they had actually used like full color outfits instead of just accenting it with the bow and the sash or belt or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't like those outfits.
The design seems okay,
I don't think I'm a fan of like how it looks like a flowy dress, but it's actually like a jacket at the top.
yeah.
I thought it was kind of a weird look.
Yeah, I didn't have any issue with that.
I don't hate it, but it's just weird to me. It's weirdly shaped.
And the scenes where they're not in the white room with the bright ass lights behind them, they're outside in a very filtered setting where it's
White
basically the
walls.
same thing.
Yeah. And I guess the idea for this PV is that this song is supposed to be some sort of motivational. I think there's like, I'm trying to remember specific like lyrics, but I can't off the top of my head. But it's supposed to be like a motivational, uplifting kind of thing. Hey, friend, I'm here for you. And the PV is basically that. For some reason, some of the members are just crying and they hate their life. And then they're
screaming.
like, yeah, and the fellow member comes up, taps him on the shoulder, like, "Hey, hang in there, buddy," kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
You're not alone.
yeah, it's definitely a "you're not alone" kind of thing. You might feel like it, you might hate your life, but I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So, the message is nice, but this is like the typical Avex swanky ass Western looking location thing, right? Where like it doesn't make any sense in context. It's just a random ass like nice sterile location.
Yeah.
Well, it
It's like
doesn't make any sense.
we did a good place to film. Okay, here you go.
It's like, oh, let's have the idea be members uplifting each other, right? But what does this Western looking white house
Hotel.
yeah, this nice looking place like have to do with like Asuka and Nana screaming and holding her head?
Or the one girl dancing in the freaking ballroom.
Yeah, like why? None of it makes sense in context, the
Yeah.
location and everything. So, yeah,
So I could hear that there's supposed to be a hook there to the song, but it doesn't grab me.
yeah. This is the Supergirls thing for me. Is like 3 out of 4 songs a year is like this, where it's fine, but just there.
Yeah. Yeah, the horn almost has that hook to it, but it's just it just misses the bullseye.
Yeah, that's why I think this song is like Supergirls as hell, because like horns constantly blaring.
Oh yeah, better samples than Juice though.
Right. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's still a sample. Like, it's not
Oh, yeah.
actual horns. It's keyboard horns.
But it's
so-
a better sample than Juice.
than that. Yeah, that specific sample. It's like this guy or girl who writes for Supergirls. They're like, okay, Tsunku uses a lot of horns in his songs. How do I defeat him? Oh, more horns. That's his MO.
Maybe.
That's what it seems like. It's just constant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not in love with this.
Yeah, I'm just okay with it. I would listen to it if it came on, and that's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost to the point it's a little too noisy.
Yep.
I would dump the PV. There's no redeeming
I agree.
qualities to the PV.
It's just I hate, not hate's a strong word. I'll take that back. I dislike how I feel watching this PV because I am invested in Supergirls, but I've always had a love-hate relationship with Supergirls as a package because their music is a hit or miss for me a lot. So when they do this, when they handicap themselves by just applying this much Japan filter on this PV, it's just, we're off on the wrong foot already.
Yup.
They're already in my doghouse, and It's like even further. So
Well,
I
and
agree.
it's not like a gradual thing either. It's like, okay, you start out with the suitcase, and then it's dance shot, well, pool shot with title screen, and then dance shot with all the lights and everything. It's like, yep, nope, I didn't need this.
Yep.
I would shelf the song. I wouldn't seek this out on a playlist. And if it came on, it would really depend on my mood if I'd skip it or not, because it is almost to that point where it's almost too noisy for me.
Yeah, I'll dump the PV as well. It's not fun to watch. My eyes can't focus because the whole thing looks out of focus. So it looks terrible. It's not fun to watch. The members look like covered in powder. It just doesn't look good. Song, I would definitely shelf it. It's one of those songs. Maybe if I listen to it more, I might get into it. But the problem is the PV I don't want to see ever again. So I don't know when I would want to listen to this. Like I would have to actually like spend time listening to it instead of watching the PV, which I don't really feel like doing.
Yeah, it would be like something if it came on in the car, you might listen to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't skip it. It's like, it's fine because it's a Supergirl song. It's got good energy, good singing, whatever, right? It's all there. But yeah, just the hook is really weak. So yeah, that's Supergirl's Kira Kira Sunshine, and we got a whole bunch of rapid fire ratings here where we quickly talk about and highlight the PV and give a rating. So first up, Beboga, Superstar.
So this is a very one of those we're ghosts or
Yeah, we don't
goblins
exist
or
in
whatever.
your world.
Yeah. And they're randomly helping, I guess.
They're like muses, right? They inspire, or they don't really inspire. It's more like they help.
Yeah, it's more help in this case than inspire.
Yeah, so
It's
the
like,
PV, it takes place in like a record store.
it looks like Tower Records.
It's like a Tower Records, but like the employees are dressed in blue. So I'd imagine the employees in Tower Records would be dressed in like red or yellow. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a Staya. Staya, I believe, is blue. So
No, the shirt, their apron things say Vanguard.
yeah, I don't even know if that's a real thing. It might be
Me
a
either.
fake store. So yeah, so all these employees work at a record store. They have a shitty manager. The girl fucks up. She's eating her lunch, and Misa Kokoa, don't Google her because you're gonna get a porn star. But Misa Kokoa gives her the goods, as in like the good fried shit, like in lunch.
Yep.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like you don't want more rice with your lunch. You want more steak, right? Or you don't want potatoes. You want more steak if you want like more of something when you're eating. So that's the idea. And one guy almost trips on his foot and knocks over a whole bunch of boxes that he's carrying. But
Almost,
remember,
no, it's a banana.
oh, is this a banana? Okay, so he slips on a banana, almost like drops like a bunch of boxes. Member comes in, saves him. It's just random stuff where the employees are fucking up, but the members of Beboga are saving them.
Yep.
I also like when you're putting more CDs into someone's like shopping basket. Isn't that a crime of some kind?
Apparently, Village Vanguard is a real store. It
Oh,
looks
is it?
kind of looks like a maybe a smaller like Don Quixote type thing.
Yeah.
It's a more of a like general goods store with music,
Right.
at least from the pictures I'm seeing. Yeah, it's the song is very. I don't know exactly what to equate this song to. It's a
Typical Idol.
Yeah, but it's a little more, I don't know, a little more electronic, a little more like techno-y type
More
feel to
like
it.
a more of a Dempa influence.
Yeah,
I mean, they
a
are
bit.
sister groups to Dempa Gumi now, so.
I'm not feeling the song at all. Um,
But the
I
singing is way better than B. Remember we talked
oh
about
yeah,
B a couple weeks ago? Like this,
yeah,
it's incredible how much better they sound in this song than B. B was just a disaster of singing, but this song is definitely passable. Like, it's still like idol singing, so some of the members are pretty rough, but it's like passable idol singing. While B
yeah,
was beyond repair.
yeah.
It was a train wreck.
Somebody must have listened to B after they'd already had it like done and mastered and went, oh, yeah, we better do something for this next song.
Yeah. Oh boy,
'Cause-
we really messed that one up. Oh.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I would shelf the PV. It's not bad, but it's kind of boring to watch. And I think I'd shelf the song too. It's not quite bad enough that I'd want to dump it.
Yeah, I would probably shelf both. I think this is one of those classic PVs where if I like the group more, I would enjoy it a little bit more. But as it stands, it's a fun PV to watch a couple times. But yeah, beyond that, it's all right. It's not bad. Song same. It's got a decent hook, but yeah, not super catchy. It's Beboga Superstar. Next up, Nogizaka 46 Synchronicity.
Oh boy.
Are you synchronizing with the song at all?
No, not at
I'm
all.
falling asleep already. We're 10 seconds in. I'm falling asleep.
Um,
And I drank a Red Bull.
I'm just like skipping through this to try and see if I missed something. And
In the PV, no.
yeah,
If
it's
there's nothing to this PV.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's just a dance shot. There's
It is.
no other shots.
And I checked to make sure this isn't like the dance shot PV, just to make sure like there wasn't a official PV aside from this, and there isn't. This is the official PV.
Okay. It's a Nogi ass Nogi song.
It's a Nogi ass Nogi song.
It's very
Piano,
piano ballad.
choir singing,
Not quite piano ballad, but
Shiraishi Mai singing, but I hear 10 voices, that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. Yep. And they're doing some like I don't know ballet or something in the PV, and that's I don't know. They're doing some weird contemporary or I don't know what you'd call that dancing. I don't know names of dance styles, so yeah, they're doing some flowy dancing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's really dull all around. I would dump this whole thing. There's nothing here for me to watch.
Yeah, I'm definitely dumping the PV. It's like nicely done, but this is something you save for a choreo dance shot PV, right?
Yeah.
I would hope that something else was mixed in here, and there isn't. And I'm sure people who will defend Nogizaka to their death would be like, "Oh, it's supposed to be artistic." Well, I that's fine. I don't really enjoy art that much. So personally, for me, it's just kind of boring, and
Okay, it's artistic. It's still boring.
yeah, that's why I don't go to museums. I am a terrible person. I apologize. So yeah, I like the choreo. As much as I can like a Nogizaka choreo because Nogizaka had some questionable choreo in their early days. But yeah, this looks much better. It's really nice, elegant, flowy. I like the outfits. It makes sense with the PV, I guess. It's just really plain and simple. But yeah, dump. It's boring as hell. Song, I would shelf it. It's not bad. I think it does have a decent hook there, so I'm okay with the song. That's No Exaka 46, Synchronicity. Next up, Good Tears, Thrill, and Good Tears is Last Idol family.
Yep.
And I forgot who this song is written by. Oda Tetsuro. I don't know what he's done to earn himself a spot producing for this group, but he's apparently famous, I guess.
No clue.
Yeah, so some informed person can inform us. So this set, Oda Tetsuro. This set is the same as Cute's Mugen Climax. So in a span of a week, we've had two people recycle sets that we've seen before. I think that's either telling about the oversaturation of idols or how small of a country Japan is at this point. So, yeah, it looked all too familiar, and it came in my head, oh, this is definitely Mugen Climax. And yeah, they use the set exactly like Mugen Climax. It is basically a performance shot. There is some member shots, but they're just standing in front of a table in that room, and there's nothing to write home about. It is a very straightforward, boring ass PV for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Apparently this guy wrote for Zard and Dean.
Nothing about this sounds like Zard or Dean.
Well, he also wrote for Aikawa Nanase.
This doesn't sound like Aikawa Nanase at all.
So and there's a few others. Apparently he rose to fame in the 80s with like 10 or 12 million sellers. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I believe that. I mean, Zard was hugely successful in the 90s. Aikawa Nanase was huge late 90s, mid 90s, I think. So I believe that. But this doesn't sound like this song doesn't sound 90s at all, which is where he made his fame, I think. So
80s and 90s, yeah.
Yeah, this song sounds like a sped up 70s Kaiokyoku idol song.
It's I'm not sure I'm on board with this whole like super short hair thing going on. I'm seeing that in a lot of groups now. I'm not sure I'm.
How dare you speak ill of Kamiyasaki? Have you seen her recently?
Nah.
She is G.I. Jane, but blue hair and has like freaking like. She has like what do you call it? Sideburns. It's amazing.
I mean, I knew she like shaved her head or something like that.
She's fantastic.
But it's more the like Okada Nana hair.
More dude, like Johnny's dude-ish.
Yeah.
Than girl. Short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not feeling it. But at the opening to this, it's very random. It's like they're all trying to pose and look like semi-sexy, I guess. And the camera zooms in on the one girl and she just randomly sticks her tongue out. That's weird. I didn't get that, but okay.
Yeah, I don't... They just picked a swanky location to shot a PV. That's all it is.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like mildly, somewhat sexy, I guess, but
yeah. With the low-hanging chandeliers that if you're any taller than 5'8", you would hit your head on. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking more of the dance, but yeah. Yeah, they try to look all suave and swank.
Yeah.
But I like this song. I like the sound of it, but there's no hook for it. There's nothing that grabs me in this one. I think this probably has the best like horn section tonight.
Yeah, it's not intrusive. Yeah,
and it doesn't necessarily sound like a sample. I can't tell you for sure if it is or not, but it doesn't sound like one.
It sounds as real as it gets.
Yeah. Well, next to real, and I can't tell if it's not. So.
Yeah.
which is a good thing. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shelved the song. I don't see myself going out of my way to look for this, but I don't think I'd skip it if it came on. Um, if I did like a random playlist or something. The PV, I'd dump it. There's nothing like seriously wrong with it. But yeah, there's not much replay value here unless you're actually invested in them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this PV just doesn't do enough for me. It's the same with Mugen Climax. It's just like, oh, this set looks nice, but it's really tiny and contained and like just looks like they're on a tight budget or something. That's the way I see it, basically. And yeah, it's just not enough. I would dump the PV, shelf the song. It's decently catchy, but not really grabby. Like, it's fine. It's got good energy, and it's kind of sensual, but yeah, I'm not in love with it. That's Good Tears Thrill, another Last Idol family. This one's actually produced by Tsunku. The group's called Love Cocchi. The song's called Seishun Symphony.
Oh, that name.
Symphony of Seishun.
No, the actual group name. Let's just say pronounce that with an American accent, not a Japanese accent.
I'm trying to understand, but I don't understand.
Nah. That's okay. This is boring.
PV.
Yeah, both the PV and the song.
How dare you speak ill of Tsunku? How dare you, sir?
This sounds like a Juice B-side.
A good Juice B-side.
Please.
No, seriously though, I like the chorus. I really like the melody in the chorus. That specific part in the choreo where they raise their fist in the air, that part is really catchy and powerful. I really like that, actually.
But yeah, this is another way over Japan filtered PV.
Oh yeah, it's beyond. I'm not even sure if this is the real life. I think the members are just dead, and they're filming this from the beyond, because I'm imagining that's what death is like. Just everything's bloomy and white, because that's what TV and movies have taught me.
Yeah.
So I think they're dead. That's why they were barefoot, right? I think.
Sure.
Because you don't take shoes to the afterlife.
Sure. I mean, I guess you wouldn't need shoes in the afterlife.
No, you don't. You just float. Or dance. I don't know. Yeah, this PV sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some, like, we'll call it some live shots.
Live.
Yeah.
Quote unquote live, yeah.
Yeah, the life shots where they're not dead.
They're summoned as ghosts in real life and running across the side of maybe the Rainbow Bridge in Yokohama, I think, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. But those shots are just as bad. There's slightly better color in them. But I think that's just because there's more color, period. Not because they lightened the filter or lessened the filter. It's just like they're outside, so there's more there.
Yeah.
There were these pastel outfits in this white or very light pink, I can't quite tell.
Yeah, I think it's pastel for sure. It's like violet, baby pink, baby blue kind of thing.
Well, I'm talking the room. I think the room is a light pink.
Yeah. And I think the outfits reflect that too.
Yeah. And they blend in a little.
I'm pretty sure that room is what Purgatory looks like.
That's what an insane asylum looks like.
Yeah. I think that's what I imagine Purgatory to be, though. It's like an insane asylum, but you're not insane. You're just dead, or somewhere between life and death.
And it looks like a freaking garage with the wall behind him. It looks like that it just opens up.
They just have like a collection of DeWalt like tools on the side nailed to the wall. It's got like pegboards and like they have like hammers and like a leaf blower hanging there.
Yeah.
And then their dad walks in. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing? You messing with my tools, girl?"
Yeah. So, yeah, I dumped the PV. I would shelf the song. It's not bad, but it's just, yeah, it just doesn't do it for me.
I will dump the PV. It's not good. It's not a good PV. Sucks is probably a harsh word. I'm trying to be less harsh in my criticisms. But it's not a fun PV to watch. Just Japan filter, the lack of intriguing shots really is, it's just not there. I think I'd rather watch the Nogizaka PV than this one. At least that one has colors and like it shows a lot of the really good choreo. So this doesn't really do it. The song I would put on a playlist. I think this song is really solid. A lot of Tsunkuisms in like tonal like inflections in the voice. Stuff like that where it's like, oh, that's totally Tsunku. But the chorus is super awesome for me. I love that part where it just builds up right into the chorus, right when the members are raising their fists and stuff. I think it's fucking awesome. Really catchy, so yeah, playlist it. Alright, let's all love Cocchi, Seishun Symphony, and last but not least, Empire. Mad Love.
This is a really safe song for whack. It just sounds like a really basic rock song. There's nothing out of the ordinary to it.
Yeah.
The PV is a lot of practice footage and behind the scene footage and
concert footage.
Yeah. Not a whole lot going on to it. I don't know.
The PV, the resolution is 4:3, so
yeah.
If you're a person who still owns a 4:3 TV, which is basically like the 10,000 people that still play Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64, those people will love this PV. If you ever feel up for connecting this and projecting it on a CRT TV, yes. But yeah, that and the fact that it has like scan lines and stuff, like built in, and then they're trying to make it look like 90s or 80s footage.
Yeah, it looked like 90s VHS footage. Yeah, I did notice that it was a little like grainy. It's also got the little black bars on the side that you would get from like old VHS tapes.
Right.
I actually have like two not CRT monitors, but they're 4:3 monitors.
Right.
They're not widescreen.
Uh-huh.
But they're both like 19-inch 4:3s.
Yeah.
So I could watch this in normal resolution.
Yeah. But then again, this PV's not all that interesting, so it's like, is that even worth all the trouble of projecting this?
No,
it's not.
You got some footage in there from last week's PV or the week before.
Yeah, Black 2, the Dreamlight.
Yeah.
And then there's the part where they're running through the park and like buttocks beat, which is infinitely more interesting than this.
Yeah. That one was funny.
I love that PV and song, so
that was good.
One of my favorite things of the year. This, yeah. I mean, to me, this, they released an album. I bought it for $1.99 or something like that, some ridiculous price. Whack does that a lot, which is fantastic. I can get their shit for like a dollar or whatever. It's great. This to me is just another like album song. You just throw in there to fill up the tracks.
I don't know why it got a video.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think this is where it separates people who are really invested in a group and then not really invested in a group. So for me, I'm not super invested in Empire. They didn't really leave like a good impression. They did what was that? Akarui Mirai was the first one. And
That
that
was
song was
boring.
Nogizaka. Oh,
That was
when
not.
did Whack become Nogizaka? Is how I felt about that one. So
That was not a good debut song.
yeah, so
Not
it
at all.
didn't. Not a great first impression for me. So not hugely invested. I got kind of back in with Buttocks Beat Beat, but last week Black to the Dreamlight was like okay, the song's okay. PV's kind of boring, and this is like okay, great. We get 3 PVs from an album. That's fantastic, but this to me doesn't do anything. It's not a negative. It's just like fine, whatever. It exists.
Yeah. I mean, the PV's very safe. There's no like real like whackism in there. There's no craziness to it. And the song is very, very safe, very standard rock. So, I would. I would shelf both. I'm not. I mean, this is. I could get this rock from anybody, so it's like, yeah, whatever. And the PV's been there, done that 100 times.
Yep.
So. I would shelf this.
I will dump the PV and shelf the song. The song's all right. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's just there. It's an album song. It's there to fill up the album. It's not there to wow anyone. It's like, let's take a guess as to what track number this one is. Let me do it live. I'm sure people will enjoy this. Oh, maybe it's listed. I'm gonna guess it's track number 9.
6.
It's number 4. We're fucking wrong. God damn it.
I was closer than you.
Yeah, but we're wrong.
By a lot.
God damn it. That's not a song I would put in the number 4 slot.
No.
I have the album, but I haven't listened to it because I've only listened to Buttocks Beat Beat. But yeah, that's Empire Mad Love. So
And that's it.
That's it. That's all the PVs we got to talk about tonight. So let's pick the MVPV of the week. What's your top 2, man? What's your top 2?
I probably Good Tears and HKT.
I am going with HKT and Love Cocchi, I think. Yeah, I'm looking over the list. And, yep, for me it's HKT and Love Cocchi.
Yeah,
I think the winners is HKT.
Yeah,
that was my favorite thing of the night.
Yeah,
how predictable. How predictable. HKT won.
I would say HKT had the most solid package.
Yeah, as a package, like everything we talked about tonight was kind of like, oh, this is okay, but this is not great kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
The song's okay, but the PV's not good. Or if you're a group I'm not going to name, both wasn't very good. So, yeah. I will like HKT to win.
Yep.
All right, so HKT 48, Haya Okuri Calendar is MVPV of the week. That's going to do it for the show. Don't forget to tune in every Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/Schook Kaidan and youtube.com/Schook Kaidan. And we're on Twitter at Schook Kaidan, me at YoshiRect, Draco at Draco60, and our Discord channel is at discord.me/NSK. Anything else, my friend?
No, I can't think of anything else.
All right. That'll do it for the show. See you guys next week.
Later.